Behind me is one of the greatest sedans ever made.
And if you don't already agree with us, watching this video will change your mind. This is Autovice.
All right.
It's us. We're back in the M5. Well, I'm back in the M5.
I've been driving the M5. Figured we'd let you all know a little bit about the car and how it's been with me lately. If you didn't know, we actually went on a road trip in this car, Michael and I. Went down to Vegas and picked this car up about a month ago now. That was fun. If you didn't join us, you can check out that video. I'm sure we'll link it somewhere.
I'll do the thing.
Yeah, one of those arrow somewhere here. Something, yeah. But yeah, check it out. It was a super fun road trip. I guess I'll give you a bit of background on the car. This actually was my dad's car. He owned it for about 7 years. My dad is a big BMW guy. Seems to run in the blood, because I definitely am as well. But yeah, he had this car for a good while. He lived in LA when he first got it. Obviously moved over to Vegas, and we went down there and picked it up. He's getting a little bit older and decided that I would have a bit more enjoyment out of this car, so instead of selling it to someone else, I was able to get it. So yeah, super happy with having this car. I've always driven even smaller BMWs. May or may not be aware, but I've got a little E30. My first car was actually an E30. I've had a bunch of those, which E36s, E46, lots of 3 Series. Even had a couple, 2002s and just lots of small cars. So I wasn't sure how I was going to feel about getting something this big, an M5. But I must say, this is my favorite car, at least right now. I know we said this earlier, but this is the best sports sedan I think ever. I don't have tons of experience with lots of cars, but I think this one feels it's just that right mix of old and new. I've been driving it to work for the past month, just going out running errands. It's a real Jekyll and Hyde kind of car. It can be really chill like it is right now, but it also has a almost a 5-liter V8, so it wakes up no problem. Just tap the gas and listen to that V8 roar. So I've really been enjoying it. I've been rambling a bit here too, but this has been a really nice car. It's super comfortable, but it also is super sporty at the same time. I'd say it feels most at home on the highway. It feels probably most at home at speeds that we're not able to drive at here in America.
Yep.
But yeah, that's kind of some quick thoughts on it. I remember saying this to Michael on the road trip. This steering wheel is one of my favorites. It's not like overly thick like a lot of the new BMW like M Sport steering wheels are. I really like the steering wheel. It's just a really nice car. It's very quiet inside. I think another comment I made to Michael not long ago, like in the map pockets and the pockets on the door cards here, they're all felt lined, so if things rattle around, you're not going to hear it. So it's just a really nice, luxurious car, but it also does 0 to 60 in under 5 seconds. So,
which is, fast still, and for it being a 4-door sedan that weighs just about 4,000 pounds, that's solid number. I will call out a few things. So one, this is a manual, which is obviously super special these days. I think like a manual, naturally aspirated V8 sedan, I don't really know. I guess the only way it could be cooler if it was a wagon. Maybe it would be a little bit cooler.
Yeah, which I think BMW prototyped that or something, but that never went to production.
Well, but this is the next best thing. And then it's got some fun little features. It's got the ostrich leather
Ostrich
option,
leather, yeah.
which is
interesting.
I don't think I've ever sat in a car with ostrich leather. Have you? Let us know if you've
Yeah,
sat in a car
totally.
with an even more exotic type of leather in it. Alligator maybe. But I didn't drive it as much as Alex did on the road trip home, but even the time I had with it, and to Alex's point, he doesn't have a ton of experience with newer cars, although you have the i4, that's pretty new.
Yeah, it's a different world.
It is.
But yeah.
But I think one of the reasons I would also agree that this has got to be, the best sports sedan or just the best sedan out is you still get a lot of the kind of old school analog parts of a car that make it feel special. I had the F87 M2 and I loved that car, but it's of a generation that's starting to feel a little bit more numb, and like the car is doing more to isolate you from the driving experience, which, hey, that's fine, but this feels like a good balance of you still feel connected. The steering is obviously, it's not even like what we were looking it up. It's
an old style of steering because obviously the car has a V8, so they had some like packaging constraints. It doesn't have a rack and pinion. There was a goofy name for it,
like worm and
roller or something,
something
like that. But it's essentially got like a steering box.
But it feels great as a result. It feels, all these, we're not car journalists, but car journalists always talk about the steering feel and how it weights up in the corners and blah, blah, blah. But when you drive a car like this and you get in a more modern car with, electronically assisted steering, you do really feel the difference. And so,
big time. Yeah, this is,
yeah,
it's nicely weighted. It's not like overly assisted.
Yep.
Like a lot of the new cars, not twitchy. It's got a good like center feel to it. So I think it's peak. This is peak BMW sports sedan right here.
It still feels super luxurious. Like everything, the interior is still really tight. The headliner is beautiful.
I don't think we've mentioned it has 145,000 miles on it now.
145.
So it's really held up nicely. The materials are very nice.
So, and I'll say, when I was on my Japan trip, I drove a Honda NSX, the late 90s, and then an R34 Skyline GTR. And the reason I bring that up is the GTR, very special, very cool car, but the inside feels like crap. I mean, it feels like a cheap old car, and although this is not as old as the GTR, it's
E39 just out there.
Yeah, no, it's all good. This isn't as old as the GTR, but because brand new, this was a $75,000 car, it still feels like an expensive, well-built, well-put-together car. And that's like, if you're gonna buy a almost 20-year-old, I guess it is 20 years old now. Like, if you buy a 20-year-old, low-end, cheap car, it's gonna feel way worse than a modern car of the same price, right? Like, even $30,000 cars these days feel decent. Like, they're not bad. But yeah, this is an awesome car. I'm in love with it. I know Alex is. So, Alex, what is the plan with this car?
Well, the first thing is to just take care of it. It is, as you just said, a 20-year-old car, and it's a 20-year-old M car. So honestly, just maintenance, keeping up with it. But for more of the fun stuff, maybe we'll take it out on some trips. Maybe go out on the ferry and go on some nice drives. Over on the coast. I would like to take it to a track day. I think that would be really fun, so maybe we could get out for one of those. As you probably saw in this video, don't know if it's happened yet, but am taking it kind of back to a more stock look. It's not really a modified car, but I did put the original grills back on. Just prefer those.
I think a lot of people will thank you in the comments for that. If you appreciate Alex taking the M stripe grills off and putting the chrome guys
let me
on,
know.
let us know in the comments by saying thank you. That's all you have to say.
Also, if you really don't like those grills, the factory ones, and you love the M ones that I took off, I'll send them to you.
There you go.
Yeah.
They're not broken. They're in perfect condition.
They may not go on a car ever again.
maybe you shouldn't have thrown them at the end of the
Probably.
the video.
Probably. But yeah, not a ton of modifications or anything. I just want to enjoy the car and keep it running well, and just use it for what it's made for, which is driving it regularly. But then also, let's get out to the track and get the V8 roaring. So yeah.
So a few people have commented on the wheels. So right now it's currently on the BBS LMs, which are, if you know anything about wheels, you know how cool they are.
Yeah,
so
I think someone said I can't remember who said it, but they said if you're going to put on aftermarket wheels, these are the ones.
They are, yes. But you have the original wheels, which you're thinking about throwing back on at some point. Yep. So
these tires only have a few thousand miles on them, so
yeah. It's kind of hard to justify.
I'm gonna keep running with these for the time being.
Yep.
They do look great. But yeah, I think the original 18s, it's just a really nice factory look.
Yep. But another opportunity to yell at us in the comments if you strongly feel that this car should have its stock rims. Which style are they? Do you remember?
I don't.
Are they the M parallels or the?
They're not the M parallels. They're something else.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll shoot some video of them and we'll splice it in here. But if you think Alex should go back to the stock wheels, let us know in the comments.
Yeah.
Goes over bumps real nice, that's for sure. Well, cool. So we'll likely shoot video of Alex, putting things back to stock and any other things we do with this car. So this video will have come out after I've shown off the 850i project car. So we have lots of content coming up. If you're just finding our channel, thanks for being here.
Yeah, thank you.
You should definitely subscribe, and if you have an extra second, like the video, because that helps. But we're really excited to be making content again, and between this, Alex's E30, the 850i, we've got a lot of stuff coming up. So stay tuned and let us know in the comments, because the point of this video is to convince you that this is the best sedan in existence. Let us know in the comments, if you don't agree, what is the best sedan? If you could only buy and drive one sedan for the rest of your existence, why would it be this? All right. I guess we'll talk to you soon.
Thanks for watching.
Bye. Pretty spacious.
Pretty spacious. Even has an M battery cover.
You get a beauty shot. Live beauty shot. Here it is. I'm not even gonna cut to this. I'm just gonna have it right here. Look at that.
Fastest battery cover on earth.
Probably the most expensive too as a result. Man, you could fit, and this goes, it's back there.
And you know how I love to go golfing, so I made sure that this could carry 3
God.
golf bags.
How did I not know this was here? We want to introduce our third member to the channel. Every good car channel has 3 people, right?
Luca, sit. Luca, sit pretty. Sit pretty.
Luca,
Yeah.
say something funny.
That worked.
All right.
Okay. How about that?
It's pretty good.
So there is room. See?
Plenty, dude, look at the headroom.
Look at all the headroom. Plenty of headroom for Luca here.
Got plenty of feet room.
Your seat is nice and far back too.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay, you ready for a 1,400-mile trip to Vegas?
Back to Vegas.
All right.
See you there.
See ya.